What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at Superfuse. This one launched into Steam Early Access today. It's from Stich Heads Entertainment and published by Raw Fury. This is an ARPG, and I gotta say, it's absolutely delightful. Now, this game is early access, and this is the very beginning of early access. So currently there's about 5 to 8 hours of story in the game itself. It has an absolutely wonderful comic-flavored art style. I'm a big fan of comics, so it fits right in for me. And additionally, I absolutely love ARPGs, and this one feels very familiar. If you've played games like Path of Exile or Diablo, you're going to be able to jump right on into this one without any problem. Very similarly themed systems, although very, very different. Additionally, all of the controls are very similar to Path of Exile. So if you are a PoE player, jumping in and just feeling natural with this game is going to come absolutely instantly. Now, this one is $24.99 to get going on the early access, and I just really hope this game gets a lot of development, as it is just super fun. Right now in early access, there's 3 heroes to choose from. You can choose either the Technomancer, the Cybernetic Ripper. You can go with the Berserker, the old, beastie melee boy. Or you can go with the Elementalist.
Let's get started.
Now, let's go ahead and hop on in and take a look at my Berserker. Of course, I went Berserker. Y'all know I'm a big fan of spin to win. And of course, you know, I got me a spin to win build. Now, this is a co-op game, so you will be able to play it with your friends. Additionally, you can drop anything on the ground for your friends. Now, this is our main hub here. This is where we're going to pick up quests. This is where we'll come and store things. There is a shared stash, so you'll be able to share things with other characters, or a personal stash. The game has boosters, which operate very similarly to PoE flasks. You can choose which boosters you use, and then the boosters require charges. Charges you will find throughout the world, and additionally you can buy them right here in town. I chose a health booster, a speed booster, energy booster, which is kind of like your mana, and then a hybrid booster. The hybrid booster I don't really feel like I need, but I was getting so many hybrid charges just as drops, I figured I would use it anyway. It is a loot-based game, so it's going to be all about finding the shiny loot and building out your character. Now, as far as character customization goes, it's a little different than things that you may have played in the past. Now, first off, there is a talent tree. Each individual character will have 3 different talent trees to choose from, where you can mix or match where you put things in. I dumped everything into combat because, of course, Tornado here is the spin to win ability, and once again, we all know I love spin to win. So I am going into combat with this build. I'm working up and getting a little bit more movement speed, as it does feel like you move super, super slow in the game, even with that speed booster going. So I'm trying to get into more movement speed now, and just fixing up my Tornado skill. Now, besides your skill trees, or choosing through the various different skill trees available for each class, you can also really customize your skills. So, for example, Tornado here is my main skill that I've been running with, and you're going to customize your skills with fuses. As you level up, you're going to earn more fuse capacity. More fuse capacity means you can slot in more fuses. Let's go ahead and pull all my fuses out, and I'll show you how it all works here. Now, my fuse capacity is 75. You see, I've already used 10 of it. You can put the fuses in any abilities you want. I wanted some sort of a movement ability, so I put a dash onto this heavy strike. That way I'm able to dash into packs of enemies. However, I want Tornado to be my main ability here. So one of the things I went with right out of the bat is crit damage. Critical hit damage, just good stuff. Oh yeah. Next up, I went with reduced cost. Where is it here? I'm starting to get a few more fuses built up here. Energy cost reduction. Of course, this is a spin to win. I want to be able to keep my energy flowing the entire time. You have to move your fuses around to pick your placement. Now, as you add more fuses into each individual skill, that skill will level up. This is gated by your hero level, so you can't just jack your skill way, way up right away without earning the fuses. Let's also go with faster hits, which is going to increase that attack speed. You see we've got 35 fuse capacity left. Now, I actually can't even level up the skill itself further than this until I hit level 17. However, I still do have fuse capacity that I can use on this ability. Now, the level up is going to directly affect the damage scaling of the ability itself. Let's go ahead and juice this one up just a little bit more, though. Let's see, what do we want to add in? Let's add in a lightning strike, just to add a little lightning damage onto the attack itself. We'll just pop that bad boy down, say right there. And then, we've got 25 left. We can increase that lightning damage with the shocker. Let's see, how do we want to place that one? Let's just turn it, let's just turn it that way. We've got shocker. And then what else do we've got? We've got rage physical damage. We've got multiple shockers here. Lucky looter. So there are things besides just more damage or different damage types. There's also things like looting, additional credits on kill, shatter on kill. On kill, you have a chance to shatter your enemies, turning them into projectiles that hit more enemies. Yeah, okay. That sounds delish. Let's go ahead and go with that. And that caps out our fuse capacity for right now. So I will have to level up before I get any more fuse capacity to put fuses in. As you see, there are quests and missions available throughout the world. And additionally, once you complete the storyline, you are going to be able to get into the core. The core is going to give you, or pardon me, you're going to be able to get the solar. Solar is going to be the current end game that's in, and it will give you missions to complete based off of the difficulty and level where you are currently at. Let's just go ahead and hop on into an area and smack some fools. Let you all see what this game is all about. Now, like I said, it plays very much like some of the more popular ARPGs that a lot of folks are playing here today. I've had an absolute blast with it. Like I said, I absolutely love the art style. I'm a big fan of comics. This one is just right up my alley here. But let's go ahead and jump on in and get some pounding going on. So I've got myself a little buff there. Of course, I like my spin to win. So I am going to spin it out on these boys right here and just wreck all the fools. So we do have some movement abilities. One of the things I didn't really like about the movement abilities is it does kind of lock you in place for a few milliseconds after you use the ability. So it doesn't feel like it flows really well, adding it into the attack that I added it into anyway. There may be a different attack that's better to add this onto. See, here's one of the boosters that drop. Now, that booster itself is the actual delivery, so it doesn't have any charges. Of course, I've already got a hybrid booster, but these just drop freely on the ground. Now, just by the name of it, Tinies, I'm assuming we are going to be able to upgrade those boosters in the future. Let's go ahead and buff up here and just wreck it up. Yeah, that slight delay makes the movement just feel not quite as good. As you see, the ground is just being covered with charges, so that's another thing I personally think the developer maybe should take a look at. I like the system with the boosters where you can choose your boosters. However, it does get very tedious managing all the charges, and you will burn through the charges super, super fast. So the charges are something you have to constantly loot or buy in town. Now, if you don't want to loot them, you can leave them all on the ground and just buy them as you go in. And look at that. We've got a critical hit chance fuse, which that, I think, could be quite delicious. So let's go ahead and snag that bad boy here and see if we can't get the rest of these fools wrecked out. I ran out of energy here. Nothing a little energy booster can't resolve. And let's get on in here and finish these packs out. So, you know, your play style is going to be based on lots of variables depending on how you want to build your character. I, of course, was all about the spin builds. I just absolutely love them. So this is just what I went right for. It actually doesn't feel as powerful as some of the other trees for the Berserker, but I personally just enjoy the play style. There was another critical hit chance, and then you see I got me some shiny combat gloves there. Might as well go ahead and snag those up. But that is just a quick look at Superfuse. Now, this week, the Diablo 3 PTR for Season 28 goes live. Actually, it goes live today. So I am going to be diving super deep into that PTR. However, the PTR is only going to be up for a week. So as soon as that week is up, I am going to be going ham on Superfuse here. I want to check out all the characters, see what's good, see what it's all about, and dive right on in and check out what is available at the moment for Endgame. But I can't really complain too much about the game so far. It's an early access product. It looks really good. It runs super smooth. It's been very enjoyable to play, and if you like ARPGs, I think it's kind of a no-brainer to keep an eye on this one. It's a little different theme than that kind of the same old theme that we're used to with the more popular ARPGs out there. And it's one that I personally am going to be playing, I think, throughout its early access and really enjoying the game. What's in it now and what is to come in the future. But that will do it for now. Superfuse, y'all. It just launched today in early access. Links are down in the description below. Head on over and check it out. It definitely gets a thumbs up from me. I have been enjoying it quite a bit. But that will do it for now. Thanks an absolute ton. And I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.